Hello, it's a bit scary up here. Thank you very much for having me. It's been a very lovely intro. So if you attended, got that the right way around, last week, James gave a really nice introduction to social media as a whole and how you can use it for your business. And he did touch upon Instagram, but this talk is going to be focused entirely on Instagram. So it's going to be a super practical talk. The aim is pretty much to give you a load of action points so you can walk out of here feeling super confident about how you can use this platform to grow your business and build a great community of followers that will turn into customers. So to kick off, I wanted to get a bit of an idea of how we're all feeling about Instagram. So on the board are the biggest obstacles people face with Instagram. And I want you to pop up your hand if you feel like you deal with at least 2 of these obstacles. Good, okay, good, nice. That's as expected, and good for me, because I'll be able to teach you something. But social media is a really amazing, or can be a really amazing part of your marketing strategy, but there's so much that goes into it, so obstacles are natural. And the good news is that for each of these obstacles, I'm going to, or hoping to, give you a solution. So let's get down to business and see if we can find a solution to all of these obstacles. So just before we get into it, I did want to bring attention to the fact that while Instagram, they've been doing a lot to make themselves a bit more of an all-encompassing e-commerce platform. But today we're going to be focusing on just how powerful organic content can be for discoverability and trust building, because just like with any other website, your products or services won't sell if people don't discover you and if people don't trust you. So with that being said, reason number 1 for your business being on Instagram is that it builds trust. So we all know trust is an essential part of a customer journey. It's one of the fundamentals in business. We know that if you want to have sales, your customers have to trust you. So how does Instagram come into this? Well, in a study by Trustpilot, over a quarter of respondents said that brands that are active on social media felt more human and therefore more trustworthy. And Sprout Social also found that 9 in 10 people say that they buy from companies that they follow on social networks. So when it comes to building trust in a social era, Instagram is a really great platform for helping people learn more about your business and bringing in those subsequent conversions. And that's really the first step. The first step is basically building that trust is a great profile. So ideally, we want people to land on your Instagram profile and think, wow, what a great business, I'm going to follow them and then I'm going to buy everything from them. So it works in the same way as your website homepage, ideally. So your profile is the place where people will come to find out more about you. So let's look at a few defining features. So your picture, which is here. So you can choose between a logo, so your logo, a high-res logo, or a picture of your face. Both work. I think it's probably a bit more of a personal preference depending on what works for your business. I dug into the Facebook archive so you could appreciate this example is not great. Neither of this one getting drunk, but this is a good one. So next up is your display name. So this appears just below your photo here. And this doesn't have to be unique, unlike your username. But I do recommend having your business name in there and what you do, so a title or a description of what you do. And that's because Instagram are slowly introducing keyword searching. So anything that you can add in there, so obviously I've got my title, which is copywriter. So when people search for copywriter on Instagram, I'm more likely to come up. Next up, this is your username. Where's that? There it is. So this is totally unique to you. So you've got to get in there quick or add underscores, full stops, whatever you can do to get a name that you want. And it is known as your handle, well done. And it comes after the @ sign. So I would suggest trying to get something simple. You don't want to be saying to people, hi, yeah, follow me on Instagram, I'm user 2375. You want to go, hi, follow me on Instagram, I'm Ellie Hawkins _ copywriter. So the next thing you want to look at is your link. You only get one clickable link on Instagram, so you need to use it wisely. You can use it to direct people to your website, or quite a lot of people tend to switch it up depending on their campaign focus. So this is why you'll often see in Instagram posts people saying, check out the link in our bio, because it's the only clickable link. So the next one is your bio. So this is the juicy bit. You've only got 150 characters to tell all of your profile visitors what you do, who you are, and why they should follow you. So with that in mind, I've got some good profile examples up here. So all of these bios that you can see are super clear. You can look at them, know who they are, what they do, and why you should follow them. In terms of top tips, I would say outline your services, include your niche, use emojis if you like, and include a call to action for your website. So whether that's, or your link that you're going to use, so whether that's, click the link below to find out more about our business, or our one in Signal at the moment is business events, and then an arrow pointing down. So you want to encourage people to click on that link. So you've got a great bio that tells people what you do, and next we want to make sure that your profile visitors click follow, so that you can start building that customer relationship and then converting them. And that's where great content comes in. So the second reason your business should be on Instagram is that you essentially have everything you need to create great content. So as we mentioned, one of the biggest obstacles people face with Instagram is knowing what to post. And for some of us, at the start, it feels like a total mind blank if someone goes, what makes good content? We've got no idea, we freeze up, we don't know what to post. And that can mean that we just become totally inconsistent or don't post at all because we don't know what to do. But what most people don't realise is that it's actually easier than it seems, and you pretty much have everything that you already need. So what can good content do? Good content shows that you're an expert, that people trust you, that you know what you're talking about, and that you're approachable, and that they can benefit from your products or services. So the best content should provide value, and obviously the definition of value depends on your followers or your ideal customer. So for Signal, that means creating content that's valuable in terms of it's valuable for small business owners. The best content should also be shareable and generate engagement, so that can look like helpful tips or memes or things you need to know. It should also make use of all content features. So to start with, posts, reels and stories is a really great kind of content strategy just to kick off. And it shouldn't feel too silly. So the 80-20 rule tends to work best on Instagram. So that's delivering value via education, entertainment and inspiration 80% of the time, and then promoting your products and services 20% of the time. Now that seems pretty demanding, but once you get the hang of it and you have a good plan in place, all of these things actually come together quite naturally. So let's look at a quick example. So Find Your Intern is a membership platform that helps students and graduates find placements in the fashion industry. Here you can see that she uses a really great, it's a great example of the 80-20 rule. So she is using 20% of her content to sell her service, so her membership. And then she's using the remaining 80% of her content to build trust, educate, engage, and position herself as an expert. So what do I mean by you have everything you need? I mean you have all the info, all the expertise, and possibly sometimes actually the content ready to go. When it comes to time-effective content creation, which I know is very important for businesses, repurposing is the word of the day. So I want you to start by thinking about anything you've done recently, a blog, a talk, a meeting, a business challenge that you've overcome, or even just your own expertise, and think about how that you can translate that into something that would provide value for your followers. To give you an idea of how repurposing could work, I have shown you how I could translate content just that I've spoken about so far in probably under 10 minutes into 5 different pieces of content. So that could look like an infographic of how all of you feel about Instagram, a reel talking about people's biggest obstacles, a photo of us in this room, a carousel of how to create the best bio, and a relatable meme about the content mind blank. So to get your creative juices flowing for your own content, here is a bunch of ideas to kick you off. So I'm not going to go through all of them, but they'll obviously be in the slide recording, and they will also be in the workbook. But you can have a little browse of them there. Cool. And then just in terms of quick tips, I'd say when it comes to the visual side of your content, you can create graphics really easily in Canva, or you can just stick to photos to start with. So that doesn't have to be just selfies, it can be photos of your customers, photos of your office space, you in a meeting, you getting a coffee. There's so many things. I think when you just start thinking about what content can look like, all of those ideas will start coming up, and you'll be out at a meeting and think, oh, let me take a quick picture, that's great content. Another tip is to try and show your face as much as possible. So studies show that accounts got a 38% boost in engagement when they regularly showed your face. So I know not everyone's keen on the selfie, but it really does work. Another tip I've just popped up here is the ideal dimensions for an Instagram post. So you'll notice that that's not actually a square. Instagram has kind of introduced this new feature where you can post more of a portrait size photo. I'm pretty sure that's the maximum. But it essentially means that you take up more Instagram real estate on the home page. So if you're going to go for posts, I would try and stick to those dimensions. And then another thing is that you can just double up on your content output. So you can actually link your Instagram and your Facebook so that every time you post on Instagram, it goes straight to your Facebook page as well. However, it doesn't work in reverse, so you can't post to Facebook and then to Instagram. So once you've got a great bio and some valuable content going out, it's time to get your business found. So an amazing 90% of people on Instagram follow a business, and 84% of people want to discover new products or services on Instagram. So your audience is out there, they just need to find you. So you've probably heard about the infamous algorithm that no one really knows how it works, but it essentially dictates who sees what. Now the algorithm actually works by showing your content to a small portion of your followers and then seeing how they react. So if there's a positive reaction, the post gets shared further, and if there's a negative reaction, it limits the reach. So remember that Instagram wants users to stay on the platform for longer, so that's why it benefits from pushing out content that seems to be performing well or providing value to users. So rule number one is obviously to make sure that all of your followers actually want to be there. So let's look at a few main features that can help you improve discoverability. So hashtags, we all know hashtags, but on Instagram you can use 30, and I recommend that you use them all. Hashtags, if you don't know, essentially categorize all content on Instagram and help people find the content that they're looking for. I personally would try and hit these 7 categories. Just to make sure that your hashtags are varied and that you're not going for super used hashtags like hashtag Instagram, for example. So you've got image relevant, niche, branded hashtags, topics your clients would search for, which is a really big one. So you want to be thinking like your client and thinking, what would I be searching for on Instagram? Industry relevant hashtags, location hashtags, and content hashtags. So that's just depending on what kind of content you're posting. So BTS is behind the scenes, and then 5 tips. So location tags. Location tags are a really great way to improve visibility on your posts locally or further afield if you choose to venture out. When you post, just make sure to tag a location, so whether that's at your office or you're visiting a client or on a project. Instagram really loves posts with location tags because it helps them build a more interconnected ecosystem of content. And according to a study, posts with a tagged location resulted in 79% higher engagement than posts without a tagged location. So whatever you do, it's worth just tracking on a location tag just for the sake of it. And then tag people. So this is a really great way to improve your discoverability. Tagging relevant accounts in your caption or even in the actual post itself is great because they'll get a notification about your posting, which will ideally end in a like, comment, or share. This doesn't mean that you should just tag anyone and everyone when you post so that you get more likes. You should always try and keep it nice and relevant. And here's also an example of how you can tag people in stories too. So collaboration is a really great way to get found by a new audience. So think about ways that you can create content with other users. And very excitingly, Instagram have introduced a new function called Invite Collaborator. So it's a beta function at the moment, and it's being tested in UK and India. And you can essentially use it to tag a collaborator in your post or a reel, and if they accept, they become a joint author of the post, and then the post gets shared to their audience too. So we saw really great success using this with Fruitful Marketing from last week. So you can see that we tagged them as a collaborator here. The post was posted by us, but they become joint authors at the top, and then it also gets shared on their feed as well and with all of their followers. So it's a really great thing to start thinking about how you could collaborate with other businesses. In terms of top tips, think about potential collaboration content ideas to get yourself seen by new audiences, and don't ignore your followers. So Instagram really wants to see that you're a good content creator. So reply to comments and DMs and make sure that you're keeping up with that engagement with your community. My rule of thumb that I suggest to people is spending 15 minutes a day, whether that's when you wake up in the morning or over your 11 o'clock coffee, just going through your homepage and making sure you're regularly engaging with that content. So the fourth reason why your business should be on Instagram is that you get insights. So much like Facebook, Instagram allows you to learn from your followers' interactions with your content and see what's working and what isn't. So Instagram Insights are only available to business and creator accounts. And there are two types of insights that you can access on Instagram. So a more overall view of your account performance and post-specific insights. So overall insights help you look at who your audience are, what posts or content that they engage with, and what strategies have been effective in helping you grow, and perhaps what you need to start looking at. Post insights show likes and comments, which are great, but essentially just vanity metrics. But it's important to pay attention to saves, which show value, and actions taken from this post, so profile visits and website taps. And actually what's really interesting is that they've also introduced a new section called Discovery, so that's where you can see where people saw your posts. So that's just this section here on your post insights, so you can see whether they saw it on your homepage or whether they saw it from a hashtag, so that can help you amend your strategy accordingly. Great, so in terms of quick tips, I would say regularly check in with your insights to make sure what you're posting is working, and if not, why not? And then engage with your followers before and after you post, so this is a bit of a sneaky one, but essentially if you're engaging with their content, they'll probably click on your profile through their notifications and then discover your most recent post. So it's essentially like going, hi, I've got a new post and I'm going to expect some reciprocation, essentially. And also what's great about Insights is that it can also act like a bit of a testing platform for you to trial certain messages or product pushes that and then take that information to other social platforms or your website or anything that you think will benefit from that direct audience intel. So reason number 5 for why your business should be on Instagram is what is the drawback. So let's revisit those obstacles and see how many we can combat. So you don't know what to post, we've got a whole, Billy, we've got a whole slide full of content ideas, so just go through all of them one by one and see how you can fulfill them. You don't know how to grow. Well, you now know that you need to be posting valuable content. You need to make use of hashtags in all those different categories, and you need to consider collaboration opportunities. You feel like you're being inconsistent, that's fine. We all go through periods of time where we can't be asked to post on social media. But I would say the best technique is to try batch content creation, so using apps like Canva and then you can even schedule your content. So I'm pretty sure you can do that on Canva, or you can use apps like Buffer or Later. You feel like you're not showing up. We know we all hate the selfie, but studies show obviously that accounts that got 38% boost in their engagement when they regularly showed their face. So like we said before, just chuck your face out there every now and again. No one really cares what you look like, but it really does help boost your engagement. And you don't have time. We know you're super, super busy with businesses. And there are such things as social media managers now. So if you wanted to hire someone, I know people that do 1 day a month for businesses. They batch create all of their content and they schedule it and it goes out and that's all they have to do. The other alternative is that you just make Instagram a really essential part of your marketing strategy. So what Instagram can give you really is worth the time and effort that you put into it. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, no stress, there's a lot of information, but here are your action points. So first thing you want to do when you leave here is nail your profile. So you want to make sure that you've got that great picture. You want to make sure you've got a clear display name that includes a keyword. And you want your bio to show what you do and why people should follow you. And you want to have a call to action for your website link. So i.e. click below to find out more about my services, something like that. Your second thing that you want to do is post some really great content. So you know that means providing value to your followers, showing yourself as an expert, trying to show your face as much as you want to, and repurposing. So repurposing any kind of content from your blogs to talks to business challenges. You've got all of the information. It's just about putting it in Instagram terms, essentially. And your last action point is to get discovered. So that just means whenever you post, you're making sure that you're hitting all of those hashtags and that you're considering any future collaboration opportunities. So the final obstacle, as we mentioned, is not knowing how to use all of the features, but you are about to learn how to use one more, which is Reels. So Instagram Reels are a new feature that I'm sure you've heard a lot about or even seen. And essentially they're TikToks, they're Instagram's answer to TikToks. They're short, snackable videos that are often made up of multiple clips and they feature music and on-screen captions. New features do tend to get algorithmic favour on Instagram just because obviously they've spent a lot of time developing the tool, so they want people to use it. But Reels can improve your reach even more because your content gets pushed out to a new page called the Reels tab, which you can see just here. So it works in a similar way to the Explore page in that it creates a feed of content based on your behaviour and what you like, not necessarily limited to who you follow. So I think we're going to take a break here before we get into the workshop, but I hope that's all been valuable. I think it's going to be about a 5-minute break.
I'm back in the room, as by magic. Thank you so much, Ellie.
Yeah, no worries.
It's a very quiet room. I think you're just taking in all that, a massive amount of information that has been just delivered to us. I mean, fantastic information, but it's a lot to take on board. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a quick break, and 5-minute break, grab yourselves a quick drink or whatever, come back, and then we're going to start digging deep. Ellie's going to do a workshop. We're really going to get hands-on and we can ask questions and start making some things and really getting involved.
Yeah.
So, yeah, have a quick break for now and then we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Thank you, Ellie.
Hopefully you'll come back suitably refreshed from your repast and ready to ask all those questions that are relevant to you, all those things that you've got big question mark hanging over. I'm going to hand you back to the wonderful Ellie Howkins. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause. There we go.
Thank you. Sorry, I realised I spoke about 1,000 miles an hour just then. So if there's anything you want to go over, I'll keep the slides up and then we can go through it in the Q&A session at a normal speaking pace. So, slow-mo. Great. So I just thought I'd start by showing you guys a few examples so you know what Reels can look like. So you can use Reels to show behind the scenes of your business. So like this one. Hoping sound's going to work. Ellie, and this is my morning in a life as Signal's marketing assistant. So I start the day editing some blog content, then have a catch up with the marketing team to talk about some exciting things. I then head into the home of Signal at Martinique House in Borden to teach a real masterclass, and of course say hi to some of the team. Then go home, create some social content and catch up with the lovely Vicky about exciting stuff. Let us know if you want to see what else the team gets up to in the morning. Hi, so in this one I used clips, obviously. I used music, and I used voiceover and a caption. But you can use all kind of variations of those features. So you can also use it to provide value, which we know is a really key thing when we're creating content for our followers. So here's an example of providing value.
5 ways to repurpose 1 blog post. Create a carousel post or infographic. Make a video or Instagram Reels. Or a mini training on your stories. Turn a key quote into a graphic for your feed. Turn a list post into a series of individual posts. Cheers!
So you can see that there she's used clips, she's used music, captions, and she's been talking to camera. Yes, Lou?
Can I just ask a quick question? Who is already using Reels? Just show of hands. Hands higher. Higher. No. Just that gives us an idea in the room as to who's actually using them at the moment.
Definitely. And they are easier than it seems, so don't freak out. And then you can just use them for relatable content as well, so something that really builds trust and can be entertaining.
Quite a few times.
50 times?
More.
100 times?
More.
200 times?
More.
500 times?
Probably. Quite.
So you can see that you can use Reels to do lots of different things. And once you get a hang of the basics, it really is, you can really start exploring all of the different tools to make something a bit more up your street and a bit more creative. So let's get into the tutorial side of things. I want you to all open your phones and obviously open the Instagram app. And then once we're there, we just want to go to that bottom right-hand icon. So you can see for us, it's a little Signal icon, but it'll be a mini version of your profile picture. So I just want you to click on that, and that will take you to your own profile. The next step is to go to the top right-hand corner and click the plus. So this will show you all different types of content that you can start uploading. And then I want you to click on Reel. Great, so this is a horrible angle, I'm afraid. I'm going to put that down there for a second. But this basically, it brings up a similar interface to your stories. So if you've ever created a story, it'll look quite similar to this, where you've got your capture button just here, and then all of the tools, this is weird to do, all of the tools on the left-hand side there. So let's look at all of these tools in a bit more detail. So on the top, you haven't got all of them. That's fine. So you should be able to, if you are similar and you can't see the same tools that I've got, you should be able to click a little down arrow right at the bottom of those tools. And there we go. There they are. So sometimes they're in a little drop down. Yep. If you don't have Reels, you need to update your app. Great. So can everyone see this screen here? Everyone in the right place? Okay, lovely. So we can all see this screen or a variation of this screen. So we're going to run through the tools and what all of them do. So this top tool right here is a little music icon. So this allows you to select a type of music. So if we just click on there, it'll come up with loads of different types of music. I'm assuming if your Wi-Fi is not connected, you won't be able to see the actual tracks. Yes?
On music?
Yes.
How is it that some people have pop music?
Yeah.
And then on my account, it's
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So basically, if you are a business account, Instagram will limit you to only music that doesn't infringe on copyright. So there is a way around it. So you can just transfer your account into a creator account. And that means that you have access to all types of music. So the whole kind of library, you'll be able to use the search feature. You'll be able to see trending music. It's a lot nicer than using the terrible tunes. No, no. Yeah, exactly.
So what's the difference between the two accounts?
So they're
So I limit
essentially
myself to do something else by changing the account.
very, very slightly. So they're pretty much the same. You can still run ads on a creator account. You can still get people to get in touch with you. So you can use the call feature and the email feature. The only difference is that on a business account, you can register your business address. So on your profile, it'll come up with a business address. But I would say the way that people use Instagram to get in touch with businesses or small businesses is DMs, which you obviously have access to, calling and emailing. So I personally would always opt for a creator account because you get all of the same features. You essentially just don't get to show your business address. Yep, yep. Still get insights, yep, so you get insights.
By business address, you mean
As in it'll come up.
physically is.
Yeah, exactly. So it'll come up as like a clickable location. So that's the only thing that you don't get. Oh, okay, no, just remembered. There is another thing. You can't schedule content unless you have a business account. So most apps like Canva or Buffer require you to have a business account to schedule your content. But otherwise, yeah, good to go on Creator. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. So I can show you how to do it on here quickly. So you would just go back to your screen like this. So your profile, you click on Edit Profile just there. Got it? Anyone lost? And then you can just scroll to the bottom and there should be a little blue thing that says Switch to Creator Account. No, maybe they've changed that. No, but I'm already a creator account, so maybe that's why. Yeah, so switch to a professional. So you want to switch to a professional account, and then creator is a type of professional account. So it'll be like switch to professional. Yeah?
So I have my own personal account,
Yep.
but we also have my own company account,
Yep.
which is not my account, not mine. So what should I do? Should I tie these two together somehow? Or should I keep them apart? And you say maybe a professional, is that good for me or better for the business?
Better for the business, I would say. If you're going to produce lots of content from that business page, 100%, keep it, change it to a professional account, a professional creator account, yeah. And then, yeah, that's what I would do.
It's worth keeping your personal one separate.
Yeah, definitely. My personal one's personal, and then my business one is creator. Yeah. Good tip. So I will do some research and find out where this switch to creator thing has gone. Do you have a question? You can, yeah. So it's, yeah, exactly. So if you choose to switch to a creator and then you think, actually, it's really important for me to have a clickable business link, or actually, I really want to start scheduling my content, then you can really easily switch to a business account. Yes.
Just a side note, Facebook have a thing on a business page now, which is called something, name slips me, that you can schedule content for Facebook and Instagram directly in the Facebook app.
Oh, great.
And it doesn't, so I've done it for like the signal and things in Facebook when like Buffer, for instance, was being funny. So you can still schedule content if it's connected to Facebook. You should still be able to schedule through the Facebook app if you're worried about it.
Is that the Facebook business account?
So yeah, so on your Facebook page, it's called, I literally can't think of the
It has your Facebook business account.
yeah, it's your Facebook business page. And yeah, it's something
Perfect. Okay, cool. So you're either here or you're on the Reels tab. So I'm just going to go back up to that plus button and tap Reels. So let's have a look at this. So we're going to click on audio, which is the first button just here. And like I said, this will bring up lots of music suggestions. The For You suggestions tend to be trending songs. So you can use any of them. You'll obviously see a little play button next to the song, which will give you a little preview of the music. So you can decide whether you want that one. I'm going to click that one and turn it down slightly. And then you'll see that this bar runs across the bottom of the page. And then you can also see little red dots. So this basically indicates where most people use this section of the song. So it'll probably be the chorus, or it's like the trending portion of the song. So you can slide this along to select which kind of portion you want. So I'm just going to go across to one of the red dot ones. Yeah, essentially they're going, use this bit, this is the greatest bit of the music. So the next tool is just here, so it's the little 30 in a circle, and this is the time limit. So what we want to do is basically, you can just tap that to change it to 60, tap it again to change to 15. So the options are 15, 30, 60, and then limits. So essentially the best practice is to always click it to 60, because then you're never limited. You can obviously shoot shorter than 60 seconds. But if you select 30, for example, you won't be able to shoot over 30 seconds. So I would just say always click for 60. So the next tool is this, it says 1 time. So this is the speed in which you're going to film. So obviously 1 times is just normal speed. Or you could film in 4 times. So this is going to look fast. So I'll show you an example. This is how in normal time. And then if we watch it back, it's in super high speed. So, me flinging my hands around. So this is really great for people, maybe businesses that create stuff. So you can set up your phone and do a time lapse, for example, like Abby, if you wanted to do a time lapse of you creating some jewelry, things like that. That's really nice because you can use obviously 15 seconds, but show quite a long process. Similarly, you can also shoot in slow-mo if you ever wanted to do that. I don't actually know why you'd want to do that, but it's there. The next one is your effects. So if you click on that, it will either come up like this, or it will come up with little circles just here, and you can drag along to try out new features, or like for me, I can tap on a nice one that I normally use on Instagram, or on some funny ones if you wanted to create some comedic content. Or obviously you can just get rid of them and you click a little X that's just there. So let's take that off.
What do you do with your honey?
It just makes you look nice.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It just looked like you make a video with a pot of honey underneath.
No, it's just skin smoothing, glowing, you know, all the good stuff. It's a filter, yes. No, it doesn't put honey on the screen, I think. No, it's purely aesthetic. Right, so the next tool is another aesthetic tool. It's just touch up. So if you're having a bad day and you know that you need to take a selfie, it's a great one for that. And then your next tool looks like a little stopwatch. So this is your timer tool. So you can use it to basically shoot in hands-free. Let me just turn that down. So I can essentially select the clip that I want to film, and the reel will automatically start filming and stop filming. So say I wanted to use hands-free and go all the way back there, I could say I want my first clip to be 4 seconds long, roughly. I can set the timer. Let's pop my phone just there. Tap the capture button, it'll give me a setting. And then I can use hands-free to demonstrate something, and then it will stop filming. So that's a great way that you can basically set up a hands-free thing. You don't have to have that awkward thing where you tap the button and then you start recording. So, and obviously when you start filming, you can see this progress bar that comes up at the top. So it will start going across like that. So I'll just show you a bit more. it'll keep going up like that, and that will show you that you're filming. So I'm just going to click X and get rid of those clips. So let's try and put these tools into practice. So I'm going to try and help you guys create a reel in this room right now. So please don't worry about what you look like or how it's going to come out or anything like that. It's just meant to be a bit of fun. And you might want to post it in the end, but if not, it's just good practice. God, I've been waving this around, haven't I? That's going to make you dizzy. So, I'm just going to show you a quick example of the type of reel that we're going to create. So, I'm just going to go into my saves. So, funnily enough, the most popular format for reels is one where you literally just point around the screen and captions appear and you do it to music. So, I'll show you an example of this. Cool. So I understand that this might be some people's idea of hell, but it's a really good way to demonstrate how you use the tools, and then you can start using them in your own way to get creative and create reels that are a bit more your style. So I'm just going to go back onto that screen where I'm creating a reel. If you all want to do the same. If you have any trouble getting there, just let me know. Everyone there?
Mine instantly goes to my own Instagram.
So you'd need to make sure that you're on the account that you want to post to, if that makes sense. So if you have multiple accounts, you want to navigate to make sure that you're already on that account. Anyone need a hand? Yep. Oh, amazing. Where's that? Oh. Perfect. That's the one we're after. Oh, you could have taken that. I wouldn't have known. Cool. Is everyone in the right place? Yeah. Lovely. Okay, so the first thing we're all going to do is select a piece of music. So we're going to click on that little music icon and then just select anything that you want to use. Doesn't hugely matter. So I'm just going to... No, you can use the search bar as well, yeah. So has everyone selected a piece of music, or are we... Yeah, I know. Right, anyone struggling? Oh, okay, so it's just not loading. All right, yeah. All right, we might not be able to use music just for now, just because of the Wi-Fi, but you all know how to select music now, so that's the most important thing. Lots of different tunes going on. You can tell who's got the Wi-Fi. Okay, great. So the next thing that we're going to do is click on this little 30 in a circle and make sure that it's set to 60 seconds, so we're not limited to our time. And then the next thing we're going to do, we're not going to do any effects or anything too fancy. We're just going to film. And this is going to seem crazy, but don't think about it. At least you're not on the big screen. So what I want everyone to do is, to record a clip, you essentially just press on this button. So you press and hold and then release to stop recording. Or you can tap it and then tap it again to stop recording. So I'm going to press and hold. And what I want you to do is smile and wave for 5 seconds. So everyone try that. horrible, I know. It's awful. It's awful, it's terrible, but it teaches you how to use it. No, you look great. No, you look fab. I'm horrible. Right. Are you all good? Yep. Has everyone got to that point? We've filmed that? Great. So your second clip is going to be filming around the room. So to do that, you need to switch where your camera is pointing. So obviously currently it's in selfie mode. So to do that, you can see the little camera flipping icon right at the bottom of the screen there. So you want to flip that, and then for 5 seconds, we're all just going to film around the room. Yep, you can either hold it or you can tap it and tap again. Perfect. It's all going to look nuts. Okay, perfect. So we want to flip back to selfie mode. So use that same camera tool to flip back. And then the third clip, I want you to just point somewhere within your screen. So like that girl did, she pointed to 3 different places. We're just going to point to one place on the screen, and you're going to do that for another 5 seconds. Was that sorry? Yeah, so you just want to go, you just want to point. So if we go, so let's delete that then. So then you just want to record yourself going like this.
How do you record?
So you can either tap it and then tap to stop recording, or you can just press and hold and then release to stop recording. Fantastic. So your final clip is just going to be a clip of you pointing down, and this will be encouraging people to look at the caption. So everyone do this. Fantastic. So is everyone at that point? Does anyone have any questions? Any issues? We're all good? Lovely. So once we've filmed those clips, we're going to click that preview button, and it's going to show us all of our clips compiled together. Preview, that's the one. What have you done? Oh dear. Fantastic. So the next thing we're going to do is to write our captions. So these will be the on-screen captions that appear, and it's essentially what makes a reel a reel. So to do that, we're just going to tap the text icon, which is in the top right-hand corner. So it says an A and an A. I could probably use this actually. Wait, where's it? There we go. Yep. Cool, everyone there? Lovely, so just tap on that, and what I want you to type is, hi, I'm, and then your name. I'm the owner of, and then the name of your business. So I'm going to type, hi, I'm Ellie. I'm a freelance copywriter. I should probably write, I'm Signal's marketing assistant. Not freelance, what? No, we're all good. So just a piece of text. So if we just look at this, this top bar here, this will show you lots of different tools to use for your text. So the first one is a bunch of lines. This will show you your alignment of your text. So I'm going to tap that once. It's going to shift my text into left align.
Sorry, where does that unpack on the main screen?
So if you just tap on that piece of text that you've written,
okay, yeah.
so we're just editing that text that you've written. And then you can also change, so I'm going to shift that into center align using that button there. And then the next button is this color wheel. So you can use this to select a color. So you can select any of the pre-selected colors. So you can swipe along, select an orange, for example.
Blue.
Or blue, yeah, if you wanted blue, sure. Oh, yeah. everything must be blue. Or if you wanted to kind of match to your brand color, you can press and hold on one of these pre-selected colors, and it will bring up a whole spectrum of colors, so you can just shift along like that. Yeah, very nice. Yes, you press and hold one of those pre-selected colors. So the next button we're looking at is this one, which basically puts a border behind your text. So I always recommend that people use borders to improve readability. So what you want to do, you can tap that border to flip the colorway. You can tap it again to remove the border, or you can tap it again to get back to where you were. And then the next tool is one that I don't actually use very often, is animate. So totally up to you if you want to use that. I recommend just leaving it as plain text. And then we're going to hop back over to this tool, which is font. So you can select a font that works for you. I personally think this one is the best, just in terms of readability. But again, you can swipe across and change any font. So I'm just going to go with that pre-selected font just there. So once you've got a font and text and color that you really like, you're just going to click Done. And then what we want to do is make sure that this text only appears when we want it to appear. So the reason why Reels work in that stylized way is because your captions appear and disappear when you want them to. So to do that, we are going to click on this tiny little preview of the text just at the bottom. So I'm going to click on that. And this whole bar will show you that the text is currently showing for the entirety of my video. And what I want it to do is only show for my first clip. So what I'm going to do is grab this little bar at the bottom, so just with your finger, and then drag it all the way back so it just goes to the first clip. And you'll feel, as you drag this along, you might feel a slight vibration on your phone, and this will show you where the clips begin and end. So it's basically a guide for you, so I can feel a little vibration there. So I know that that's the end of the first clip. So now you can see that it's gone into a slightly faded version of the text, which shows me that it's not showing up for this portion of the video, so the second portion of the video. God, you're going to get so sick of watching that. So we just want to move this text around. So you can pinch it like this. Can everyone see that? Yep. Fingers or thumbs, whatever. Pinch it. You can also twist it if you wanted to. And you can just drag it down. So I would say to try and obviously not obscure your face, so don't be putting it there or anything. But also try and keep it quite centralized. So we know that your reels can also appear on your home feed, and the home feed will naturally squish your reel into a square. It'll crop it. So we want to make sure that that text fits within the square, if that makes sense. So the center square of your reel.
Can you cut the clips that you've done?
You can, yeah. So to edit any clips, I'm just going to click Done to make sure that that text stays where it's staying. And then to edit your clips, so it's a bit confusing, but you would just click on this back arrow in the top left-hand corner. Then you'd tap on this button, and then you tap on the one that you want to edit, and then the little scissor button, and it will let you edit that clip. So if, for example, you had, you forgot to stop recording, you could skim that down. So I'm just going to go back onto that preview. So the next thing we're going to do is add our next caption, which is going to show up for the second clip. So you just want to tap on that text icon again. And then your second thing that you're going to type is, today I attended a talk about Instagram. Here's one tip. So mine's going to be, today I taught a workshop Great, so yours would just be, I attended a workshop or a talk on Instagram. Here's one tip. So on this side, I forgot to mention this actually, so you can just see this scale bar here, which essentially changes the size of the text, so the kind of the alignment of the text. So the bigger it is, the less words fit on a line. The smaller it is, the more words fit on a line. So you can drag that up and down. And then again, you can obviously change the alignment using the lines tool. You can change the color if you wanted to. Change the borders if you wanted to do that. And then once you're happy, just click done. Yep, exactly. So then we just want to move it down to where we want it. So I'm just going to pop it down there. And then I'm going to go and click on this preview of the text again, just at the bottom. So I'm going to click on that next one. Yep. And then again, slide it to where it wants to be. So this time I want to grab it from the start of the video to make sure that the caption only shows up for the second clip. And then I'm also going to grab the end bar. It can be a bit sticky sometimes. Mine's not working. There we go. And make sure that that only shows up for your second clip. Anyone confused? Anyone need a hand? Yeah, so that's just, it'll always show like a preview of what, it'll just keep running through the video. Emma?
You've got some of the clips in the wrong order. Can you reorder them?
No, annoyingly. Or if you can, I haven't figured out a way to do it, because I've done that a lot before and then been like, oh, that was only the wrong way. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately you do. Yeah. Great. So is anyone struggling? Anyone need a hand? Any issues? Cool. So your third caption, we're just going to step and repeat, same thing. Tap on the text icon. Your third caption is going to be one tip you learnt today. I know I spoke so quickly that you probably weren't even listening, but if there's anything that you learnt today that you think, great tip, this is one thing that I can have as a takeaway. So mine is going to be, and if you didn't take anything away, you can copy mine. Cool. So type a tip, whatever you like, and then use those tools that we talked about so you can shift the alignment, change the color, change the border. No, you select a piece of music that runs throughout the whole. Lovely. And then we just want to click done. And with this one, we want to make sure that we're placing the caption where our finger was pointing. So you obviously have to wait for it to run through, and then you just want to grab your piece of text and plonk it exactly where your finger was pointing. Cool. And then, of course, we want to do the same thing where we make sure that that piece of text only appears for that clip where we're pointing at it. So we're going to click on that preview of the text at the bottom again. And we're going to slide from the front. So there's our third clip there. And then from the end of the video as well. So we only want that piece of text to appear for that third clip. All in the right place? Yep. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So if this isn't your thing, you don't want to, film as you go, or you wanted to, so for example, when we filmed our day in a life, we just shot little videos throughout the day, and then you can upload videos, pre-recorded videos. So I'll show you guys how to do that once we've finished with this, because that's obviously, that's really easy if you can just shoot little clips over your day or even over a few weeks if you're showing a project, for example. That can be really good. That's a really good point. Lovely. So our last clip, our last caption is going to be check out the caption for more. So just type that. I know, everyone's fixing. Hopefully good silence. Not like, Yeah, but your website will be in your bio. So you might say, check out the caption, and then your caption might say, our link is in our bio. Yeah. Or you can just say, head to our bio or something like that. But essentially, what we want people to do is spend time watching our reel, get to the end of the reel. We don't want them to just swipe past. And we want them to click on our caption because we want them to engage with our content. So I'm just going to click, I might change the color of that. And then I'm just going to click done and do the same thing as we did with the last clip, where I'm going to place the text where my finger is pointing in the last clip. I think we all do. Great. And again, I want to make sure that that text is only appearing for the last clip. So I'm going to click on that preview of the text at the bottom, and slide this all the way along so it's only showing for the last clip. So it just starts to get a bit messy. It starts to look a bit messy at this point because you can see all of your captions as the video runs through. But you can see when your caption comes into full color, that's when it's actually being shown on the video. And when your reel gets posted, obviously nothing that's faded out will show on the reel either. So only the captions that are popping up, if that makes sense. Gosh. I know, I just saw that. Does everyone like it? Great, so is everyone at the same point? And if you're not, you need hands, so you're good. Cool, I'm going to take that silence as a yes. So there's a bunch of other tools just at the top here, which can basically help just like put in the finishing touches. I'm not going to go through them all now just because of time, but obviously as you get more comfortable, it's always great to kind of explore more tools and things like that. So once you're happy with where your text is and how your video is starting to look, the next thing you want to do is just click on that button at the bottom that says next. No, don't worry. Cool. So this will bring up a screen that you might be kind of familiar with. So it looks quite similar to when you go to post on Instagram. So you have obviously where you write your caption and things like that and a little preview. So the first thing I want you to do is just click on this bit that says cover. So this basically shows you what your reel's going to look like when it sits on your profile. So you want to make sure it's not one of you blinking or you mid-talking or something. So it tends to be like the first kind of shots are pretty good. So maybe that one. Or if you wanted to just take a selfie or have a different picture as your cover, you can just click upload from camera roll. So sometimes people actually create graphics and then use that as the cover of their reel. I would suggest just using a frame, if I'm honest, because we know showing your face is a good thing. Oh, okay. That might be an internet thing. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, exactly. So you can either use one from camera roll or you know how to do it. So once you've got Wi-Fi, it should be all right. So once I've selected my frame, I'm just going to click done. So the next thing we're going to do is write a really great caption. I'm not going to do that right now. But just like when you post, it should be nice and engaging and perhaps even include some more tips. So like we referenced in our captions in the reel, check out our caption for more. You obviously want to provide a bit more value in that caption as well. And this is obviously where you can also say, check our link in bio for X, Y, Z, whatever it is, your website, whatever. This is also where you want to make use of your hashtags. So obviously introduce all of those 7 categories that we spoke about. So you'd write like, check this out or whatever. And then you could tag someone if you wanted to, say like, oh, you should watch this, or this is relevant to you. And then type your hashtags here, so small business or something. So just click the return button. So it should just be here. Have you got that? If you press ABC, if you press this, you might be able to see it. Let's have a look. Yeah, so if you just tap, yeah, that's the one.
Okay, and that's how you carry it.
Yeah, there you go. Anyone else had that? Nope, all good. Lovely. So we want your, yes?
On hashtags.
Yep.
Is it better to hashtag in that main bit or comment with the hashtag?
There's a bit of a debate. A lot of people say you should comment it because I think that went round on LinkedIn as well. I personally don't see any difference whether you post it in your posts or in your comments. It does, yeah. It depends. But then also if you've got loads of hashtags in your comments, it can look spammy as well. So it's kind of a personal preference. I always post with hashtags in the caption. So totally up to you. I've not seen evidence either way of what works best. So yeah, personal preference. It's my time limit, which I always ignore. Great. So once you've typed your caption, you've tagged, oh yeah, so I don't actually think that you can tag location with Reels at the moment. I don't think that's a feature, but you can tag location on normal posts. Yeah. But what you can do is use the collaborator feature, which we spoke about. So if we just look down here to tag people, just click on that. So this works in the same way that you can tag someone in the actual post instead of tagging them in the caption. Oh, sorry. There we go. Yep, so you can tag them in the actual reel. So you would just click add to tag people, and then you could select who you wanted to tag, and obviously you can search for their name. Or you can click invite collaborator. So like we discussed, this feature basically allows you to collaborate with another account. And once they accept your invitation to collaborate, your post or your reel will also get shared to with their audience and to their feed. So it should be, so you just click tag people, and then you should have it just there. So yes. Yeah, that's the one.
2 of my captions have gone. So
yes.
So they're there, but it's not on there.
Oh, that's bizarre.
And that, so like 2 have gone and the rest are there. So that one's there.
Done. And then that'll save to your camera roll. And then if you just go into your camera roll now and just check it. Do they appear?
Black thing.
That is so bizarre.
It's just like me to be able to destroy Instagram.
Okay, I have no idea what's going on now, I'm afraid.
We'll leave social media.
Cool. So another thing that you can do, you should always make sure that this little blue guy is ticked. And that means that your reel will also get shared to your grid, to your profile, which is obviously great for reach. Yes.
So if your account is a private account and you use hashtags, you will see them in the
That's a really good question. I would probably assume no. Yeah, I think in terms of businesses, I would suggest never being a private account because the purpose of Instagram, why you're using Instagram for your business is for that reach and for that discoverability. But yeah, I don't know. I would assume no. Yeah. No, me neither. I would assume no. But yeah, hopefully everyone is not private, so that shouldn't be an issue. Perfect. I will show you in just a second. So just one more thing that you want to do is crop your profile image. So like I said, when your reel appears on your homepage or on your grid, it'll get cropped into a square. So this is where you can decide where the square sits. So I can have it like that, or you'd probably want it centered with your text, just like that. Great, so that is pretty much everything. So you can, if you wanted, go ahead and share it. Obviously, I'm assuming quite a lot of people don't want to do that. But you can just save as draft. So I'm going to click that just there. And then where that goes is to, so once you are there, you want to be on your profile. So you want to be where we are now. And then you just want to click on this little Reels button. So this will show you all of your Reels that you've posted, and then you'll also have a drafts folder. So those are all of our lovely drafts. Great, so that is pretty much it. I thought, actually, I'm just going to show you quickly how to use previously recorded clips. So I'm just going to head back into Reel, and then what I'm just going to do is fingers crossed I don't have anything weird in my camera roll. Just do it slowly. There we go. It's just a load of selfies. So you just want to swipe up like that. So that's just a video. Yep. So, okay, so your screen looks slightly different. So it'll either look like mine, where you can swipe up like that, to any videos that are in your camera roll. So when you do this, you're swiping up to your camera roll. But your feature, so you won't have that, it looks like a little square in the bottom left-hand corner, and that'll open your camera roll. Yeah, exactly. So say if I wanted to go straight to my videos, I could click on this recents button, and then just change it, and then scroll down, find my videos or favorites, and then I just tap on whatever video I wanted to post. So for example, say I wanted this video, it'd be like, yep, cool, I want that video in there. Swipe up again. Yep, I want this video in there. And again, you can edit the clips. So if you wanted only a short version of this clip, I could go, no, I only want actually 2 seconds of that clip. And then you click add. So it works like that. Yes, of course. Yep. Yep. As in just followed like a load of random people. Yeah, I mean, you can do that, but so the purpose of, you basically want all of your followers to want to be there. So there's no point if you have people, if you're a very locally based business, there's no point necessarily having people from all over the world following you who don't actually really care about your content. Because if, for example, if we talk about the algorithm, so your posts are getting shared with a small portion of your followers to see how they react. And if there's a positive reaction, the post gets pushed out further. So if, for example, Instagram pushed your post out to a load of people that you followed that, or that follow you that don't actually care about your content, Instagram would be like, oh, well, this post is performing really badly. And then it would limit your reach, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Definitely. Yeah, absolutely. So a really good way of finding people to follow you. So there's a bit of a thing called the law of reciprocity. So essentially, you want to follow people so they follow you back. So, just quit. So I mean, a lot of people, you can actually, it's a bit sneaky, but you can go and look at your competitor and then go into their followers because you know that they'll be interested in the type of stuff that you're interested in. Or, of course, you can use hashtags and location tags to actually find people that will be interested. So, for example, we could search for Hampshire. And then I just scroll over to this places, which is locations. Click on this Hampshire button, and it brings up all of the content that's been posted using the location tag Hampshire. So this is all people that you know essentially live in Hampshire. You could either click on the top posts, so those will be the top most performing posts. I would recommend clicking on recent because it doesn't matter whose content has done really well. You just want to find local people. And then this will bring up a feed of everyone that has used the location tag Hampshire. So for example, if you only wanted to follow people that were based in Hampshire, you could just go through and follow them, and they'll probably look at their notifications, be like, oh, so-and-so's just followed me. Let me look at them. Oh, they're a local business. I'm going to follow them back. So that's a good way of doing it. Or you can search for hashtags. So if you wanted something like if you were trying to target mums in Surrey, for example, you could type in the hashtag like mums of Surrey. I don't know if anyone uses that hashtag. And go across to tags. So that's a really easy way to essentially just target a load of mums in Surrey. Cool, no worries. Lovely. Any other questions at all? Yeah.
On a clubhouse room this morning, which was that they were saying that if you engage on other posts for like 15 minutes before you post, you get better reach. Is that true, or is it?
Yeah, definitely. I think just because I would say keep up your engagement daily because you want to build a really good community. You want to have good engagement. Instagram wants to see that you're a good kind of content creator and that you have a nice community. But obviously, like we said, if you're engaging with their content, they're seeing your name pop up in their notifications, like Keith's just liked your photo. You're going, who's Keith? You click on him and then you go, oh, look, he's just posted. So it works like that in that you do a bit of outreach to kind of see the returns. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good question. So that is pretty easy to do. So I'm going to share this post by the shed. So all I want to do is just click on this little arrow here. So this will bring up, so you can either message it to someone if you wanted to, or what you want to do is click add post to your story. Yeah. But for them to get a notification that you've done that, I would suggest also tagging them. So you can do that either by clicking the text tool again and just typing like, for example, at the shed, great post. Oh, post. Oh gosh, can't type. Thank you. Yes, yeah. So you can only share a story if you're tagged in it. So you can share whoever's posts, yeah. So I could put this up here. Yeah, exactly. So you can tap that to show a bit of the caption if you wanted to. Also, this is something that not loads of people know, and so I'm going to show you about it, is if you click on this little squiggly tool icon, you can actually change the colour of the background of your story, which a lot of people don't know. So you can click on here. So you can use any of these pre-selected colours. So, and then you just tap and hold on the background and it'll go orange. Or like we did with the reels, you can tap this little pen icon and then select, oh sorry, not like reels, but you can tap a pen icon and it will color drop. So I don't know if you guys, anyone's used Photoshop before, but it's a similar thing. So you can select a color from the picture and then just press and hold on the background again and it changes to that color. And then you can also press and hold on one of the pre-selected colors and it will bring up that color spectrum again. So I'm just going to press and hold on orange and then I can change it to whatever color. So let's go green, press and hold, goes green. Cool. So that's just a fun thing, aesthetically. Yes. So a story only lasts for 24 hours. So your stories, I'm just going to get rid of that. So your stories all show up at this top bar here. So they pretty much, you want to use your stories to show behind the scenes, show kind of like what's going on in the moment, in that day. And then your posts are stay on there for as long as you want. So your posts appear on your, oh, hello. So your posts appear on the home page like that, and they'll also stay, obviously they only appear on the home page for a small period of time, depending on the algorithm. And they'll always be on your profile. So until you delete them or archive them, your posts will always stay on your profile. Yeah. Yes. No, it doesn't translate the same. So I might see, for example, I can see that Hogmore Homes has liked this post by the distillery, but I won't get a notification saying someone that I follow has liked something else. So the homepage works slightly differently, and that this is just content rather than activity.
Right, so you can't share. I follow some of my customers. They post something. I always like it. I always do it tagging the clients on it.
Yeah.
But no one else knows I've done that.
No.
Doesn't give them any more.
Well, sharing it would, because if you share, so for example, yeah, so I could share this and be like, everyone check out the distillery, they do amazing gin. So that would then obviously share it with your audience.
Would they know that?
Yep, as long as you tagged them. So if you just clicked like, everyone check out Hogmore Distillery. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so if you're engaging with your clients' content, exactly like Vicky said, you're helping their algorithm because Instagram's going, oh, great, they're posting really valuable content. Let's push it out further.
So any truth to the thing where you've got the pictures, your front screen, and wanting to be attractive?
Not so much anymore. I think it was very much the case of people wanted to post a graphic and a picture and then a graphic and a picture and use that kind of checkerboard thing so your content looks very formulaic. And I think a lot of people have just kind of moved away from that now. Like you can see ours is a bit on the messy side, but actually looks a bit more engaging, I think, and looks a bit less structured. We've got a lot more people in our content as well, which always seems to work well. Anytime we post people, our engagement goes up. So that's really something worth noting.
We do a lot of videos of one person talking about our
Yeah.
How do you get the generated words that you say? Because a lot of people have their phones on silent.
Yeah, of course.
Talking about this lovely car.
Yeah. So if you were to film a story, for example, so I'm just going to swipe across. Yeah, that's fine. So I'm obviously talking right now and recording myself just to show you an example. And then what I'm going to do is going to go and click on this sticker icon right here. And then click on captions. And it's going to transcribe my audio. That's fine, I'll do it again. So just click there. And then captions is just here. Yeah, exactly. So it's all auto-generated. Obviously, sometimes it does get words wrong. So you can just tap on that, And then you can edit any of the words, so I could change any of the words, but it seems like it's picked them up all well. I believe so, yeah. Let me see if I've got... Yeah.
I read something that most people watch video content in YouTube.
Yeah, they do, yeah, exactly. So I don't know if I've got a video. It's just really revealing myself right now. Yeah, lots of honey going on there. But the Wi-Fi is not working in our favour. Yeah. There we go. So yeah, so it does work on pre-recorded videos as well. Great. Anyone have any other questions? Yes, of course.
Right, so as I understand the way the algorithm works, is that if you put something up there, then if people like it or share it relatively quickly, you get a better response. Is that sort of right or not?
That's a bit of a myth, actually. So it doesn't actually matter how long it is after you've posted that people start engaging. So especially when it comes to reels, people say that you should never delete a reel, even if it's got 2 views, because it can get completely picked up in like a few weeks' time. So I actually posted a reel on my own account, and I thought it was doing really badly, and I was like, oh God, I'm just going to delete it. And then 2 weeks later, it was on 27,000 views. So, and it's a totally weird reel. I don't know why I got that. But you can see that it does get picked up. Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, so definitely choose the right time to post. So to do that, you would just go into your insights. So just here, you can see that insights button there. So you would just click on that. And then I believe you click on your audience. And if you scroll down, you can see their most active times per day. So if I was going to post today, I would do it just before 3 p.m. because that's when my followers are most active. But then it doesn't matter if they're liking within the hour or within 24 hours. It'll just gradually, if that portion of followers enjoys the content that the algorithm shares it with, it'll get spread further. I've got no idea. Yes. Yes. Okay, yeah, let's have a look at how to switch to creator. So I believe, was it settings? Was it settings? Creator, blah, 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 blah. Account. There we go. So at the bottom there, you can just see switch to personal or switch to business. Yes. Yeah. Ooh. Let me check. Yeah. So, let's have a look. Category. No, you can't do that anymore. No, it removes audio. Perfect. Great. It's just me. Cool. Okay. Well, if that's everything, I've just got a few top tips. Yeah. 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 So I would say always. Yeah. You'd have to ask, I think, whenever we post. Yeah. So it's obviously if someone's posing for a photo, you can tell that obviously they don't mind their photo being shown. But obviously if you're just shooting like behind the scenes, it's worth just saying to people, do you mind if we share this on our social media? Yeah, especially with children. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely, definitely. Lovely. Okay, so then just in terms of top tips, I think we've probably covered all of them, but try and center your captions. As we know, Reels can also appear in feed in square format. Always put a border behind your text for readability. Always save your Reels to camera roll. This is something I didn't cover. But basically, when you've shot a Reel, let me swap back over. So I'm just going to open this one from my drafts. Click edit. So you can see this little down arrow here. So that will save it to camera roll. And this annoyingly is why you can't save it and then upload it, because it removes the audio for copyright reasons. But it's great to kind of save that down just so you have the video, just in case anything goes wrong. A few people have experienced their Reels drafts get deleted. We haven't so far, but it is something that can happen. So I'd always save down to your camera roll, just be safe. Always try and include a call to action in your caption. Try not to overload them with information, like I probably did with the talk. And obviously repurpose all of your existing content. So similar to posts, anything that you can repurpose. So blogs, talks, obstacles, things that you can really deliver value with. And that's it. Don't stick around for the Q&A because we've already done it. But yeah, if you have any other questions, I'll be around so you can come and ask me. Or yeah, I hope you really enjoyed it. And if you do post a reel, remember to tag me. Thanks.
As with anything technical, it can seem like it's a complete mishmash of confusing and bombarding information. Stay in touch. Stay in touch with Ellie. I'm sure she'll be able to clear up anything after this if you scratch your head and you've forgotten. But like any informational knowledge, use it or lose it. So, embed it, use it over the week. Tag Vicky, tag Ellie, tag Gareth, tag me, tag us all. And we'll share and make sure your content gets seen. Once again, Ellie, give Ellie a big round of applause. Fabulous.